Now, folks, I'm from Alabama, and I'm a little slow. But if I had evidence against you and you gave me that opportunity, it would be filed into that case. I've heard all kind of excuses. All y'all are just covered up. No, I ordered them not to do that and to make it public what they find. All y'all would just ignore it. No, they weren't going to ignore it. They were going to prosecute whatever it took. I told them, go, if you need to go criminal prosecution, I'll submit to whatever you want to do. I said, I want the truth told. Not one document has ever been filed in 10 months. So, Terry, if you're listening, and you likely are, bring forth your evidence. You've accused me of all kind of ungodly things. I want you to bring your evidence forward. That investigation is waiting on you. It has been waiting on you for 10 months, and you've been aware of that. What's wrong? Why aren't you filing the documents, all of this proof you claim you have? I want you to do that because I want the truth told. Because I can tell you that when the truth is told, that I'm going to be exonerated of these lies. I already know the outcome because you don't have any evidence, you don't have any proof, because what you're telling is not true. If I'm guilty of any of 5% of what you accuse me of, I would run from an investigation like that. But I know the outcome because I know the truth. So, folks, that's the answer. If I've been, I can't say that I've been cleared of any charges. No charges have been made.
And it takes courage. That's excellent, President Tim. And you've laid it out there on this call, and, of course, this call is recorded, and it will make its way to the ears of Terry Hinkle and also, what's his name, down in Tucson? I'm sorry, I just forgot his name.
She's been told, she has been contacted, as well as Thomas Galletley. Thomas Galletley actually appeared before Congress with some alleged documents that they claimed was evidence, and it was so bad, it was just the alleged documents of evidence that he claimed to have was just emails of people sending back and forth to each other accusing me of things. That was their proof.
Just imagine if this could get cleared up and folks have a willing heart and have the humility to recognize that we could set aside let bygones be bygones and recognize that we have a country to save. We have a constitutional republic to resurrect. We have a hope to impart to the people of our nation, and to be nitpicking at stuff which is hearsay is just so counterproductive for those who, and I know folks like Tom Galletley, who's tried and labored very much here in Arizona to try to help us get on board and get stuff for the Constitution, but to take it and turn it poison against our allies and against ourselves it's so pointless. It's just so pointless.
Yeah. Well, Tom is welcome to submit anything he wants to in that investigation as well. Any evidence they have, I want it heard. I want it. I've expressed this many times publicly that I'm waiting. I don't mind, and I will submit to whatever prosecution they feel is fitting for any crimes that I have committed. But I can tell you there won't be any prosecution because there's no evidence that I did anything, because my conscience is clear before the Creator. I've not done any of these things I've been accused of. And He will, one day, He will vindicate my name in all of this. One day, He will.
Amen to that. I would like, before we bring the first caller in, Donna, you had some questions that you wanted to pose. I asked you to lay a foundation here for the call along with Ron. Would you please ask the clarifying questions? At least start with one or two, and then we're going to open up for the line for Q&A.
Sure. And President Tim already acknowledged some answers to them. Some of the questions were such as the information that Drake gave as to contacts with the military. Would those be the same contacts that President Tim has? Drake mentioned setting up a bank and having a new money system. is that the bank and money system that President Tim is referring to? And,
well, let's just take those, Donna. Let's just start there. Yeah, President Tim.
Yes, thank you, Robert and Donna. I don't know the context that Drake has. I have no idea of who they are, what they are. I just have a hard time understanding any military officer that would uphold the things that they're talking about as nation states, because that would be in violation of their oath. I know a lot of military men. I had many of them in my family, and I can tell you they took that oath to the Constitution very seriously, seriously enough to risk their life. I don't think they're going to take that lightly. And I don't believe, as I said, I was on a show yesterday, and I offered the host $100 for every person, every military man he can find me that has taken an oath to the Articles of Confederation. I told him, he said, well, you can keep your money, because I doubt I can find one. I said, I'm pretty sure you won't.
If I remember what he said, what Drake said, is that he had discovered, quite by accident, he's been studying for about 10 years, I heard him say, and that he discovered a way of filing with The Hague, and just after he filed it, within a couple of weeks or something, and please chime in, anyone who's also heard this, if I'm in error in what I'm speaking, but he said within a couple of weeks he received a call from was it military or intelligence or one of those? And he said, he was asked, oh, did you do this? And he says, well, yes. And they said, well, can you do it again? Is it easy to do? He goes, well, yes. And so that was kind of the platform that he stumbled upon what he's doing, and then claims that he received a call from the military intelligence about this. And if you want to add to that, Donna or Ron, that's the foundation that but he started his call saying that this is, for those of you who are talking about nation states, this is not nation states, and then went on to talk about how he had got recognition for nation states in The Hague. So I'm not clear of what he's really trying to say.
Let's go on to our next caller, Robert from Missouri.
It's either Larry or Patricia. Good evening.
Hi, Robert and Janine and Ron. This is Larry, Governor of Missouri. I'm sitting here with Pat and enjoying the call. We enjoyed your comments, Ron. The President has said so many times on these calls that the funders are listening. And if they're listening tonight, I just want to say I think that, as in the case in Missouri, the detractors are a very small minority. They have a loud voice. They have a loud mouth. They stick their head up all the time. But the vast majority of us are in unity. I don't understand really why the funders see us so disjointed. From my point of view, from Missouri, we seem to be very, very united and working so hard and have given so much. And I just want to make that statement. We are united. We are going forward. We're not looking back. There's no turning back at this point. We are committed to seeing this through. We're committed to the President, and we're working day and night to make sure this happens, and the funders can be certain that we will guard that money extremely carefully and use it under the guidance of Almighty God to help free the people of this country and to establish what was established for us in the beginning. And they can, so to speak, take that to the bank. And, I've said this before. I don't know if the President's back on the line or not.
Yes, he is.
I've said this to him before. I've never met the man, but Pat and I didn't jump into this overnight. We prayed about it, and we prayed about it. And I asked the Lord about Tim Turner, and I've never had a day in the last 2 years that I've ever had a doubt. We both have had a complete peace about the government of the Republic of the United States and its leadership. And, like I mentioned on the call, I think Monday of the governor call, that I think it's wonderful to see all the things come together that need to come together at the right time. We see the delays. It's frustrating, but I think in the overall plan from God's point of view, He's bringing it all together in His time, and all the dominoes are lining up just in the right order at the right time. And I think that a period of pruning is in His will also. I think that it's a good thing to go through this process to separate the wheat from the chaff and the dross from the silver, and see who's really in and who isn't. And God pruned Gideon's army down from, I think, 32,000 down to 300, and the men and women He wanted were the ones that were fearless and the ones that were focused. And I think that's what we have here, and I hope the funders are listening tonight. The only question I might have is of the President is reassure us again that the funders are on board and we're still moving forward. And I yield the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Larry. President Tim, did you want to? Go ahead.
The funders are still on board, and we are moving forward. Absolutely. The Republic is actually growing quite well. And to be honest with you, all total nationwide, all of the people that are involved in some kind of counter movement, they try to make you think that there are thousands of them, but the truth is there's only about 40 or 50 people doing that. That's about the truth of the matter. There's very few. They're trying to tell you that there's lots of them, but there aren't.